Hey traders, this is Monday. It's Nick. What is today's date? The 25th. A pretty interesting day. Overnight, first of all, we had a pretty bad Thursday, Friday. Things started to fall apart Thursday after the open. We opened fine, but I believe it was Netflix. Margin calls may contributed to the downfall in several ways. One, in actual margin calls. And it was a big drop and probably wildly held stock. People would sell everything in order to cover the margin calls. Also, there was probably a run to safety in the fact that, hey, if this can happen to Netflix, what's going to happen to Facebook? That type of a thing. So it is probably in anticipation of this potential of badness that could happen this week. So I have mixed feelings on that. The one absolute truth that I know is we don't know how markets are going to react based on the actual reports. I'll give you a few cases that will prove that fact. First of all, last earnings report for Robinhood was horrific. On all counts, there was nothing good about it. The stock rallied, I think, 25% in 2 days. So whatever people imagine in their mind, they built up a scenario like worse than the crap that came out. So if you're expecting super duper crap and you get just regular old crap, you're happy about it. And so you respond by a relief pop. Oh, could have been worse. I called it a relief pop, so you will get the pop. So what am I saying? I'm saying don't be so sure how people are going to react, even if Facebook, say, comes out as horrific as Netflix. So the message from Facebook, people are expecting disasters. I've had people from my own chat room say, I'm in a group of, I don't know, thousands of people, and it's dropped, considered volume has dropped like to 1/10 or whatever the number was. I can't remember the numbers. So, and it was several people. So is it something that's going around, or is it real life, and how bad have people already built up? So I wouldn't assume anything. Just go tick by tick, day by day, reaction by reaction. My gut says Microsoft will not confirm the Netflix problem. I think Netflix's problem is Netflix related, period, end of story. Microsoft is not probably going to say the same thing, and it's probably going to get a positive reaction. If Facebook pops on top of that, and I have longs, I would book them in Facebook, because Facebook may say, okay, we have huge comp drops, but I don't think they're going to say the same. In other words, I don't think Facebook is as much as a one-trick pony as Netflix is. Facebook is a monster advertising platform, in my opinion. So I think they have multiple ways of making it up. They're not so much tied to the user growth. The stock of Netflix is tied to the user growth. The stock of Facebook is not as tied to the user growth yet, right? So maybe now they start focusing on that. I think they will still deliver good financial, like explosion in growth and sales and all of that. But if there's a rally off of Microsoft, I would be cautious going into Facebook. So I'm looking at these extremes. Okay, so what the hell is this video all about, other than just what I said? We had some fun today in the chat room. We had 283 people. Probably a record for me. And first things first, Roku presented, thank you, Trady Ticks. If you don't know what that is, it's a pretty cool tool. I'll put a link in the description if you want it. I don't pay for many tools, and I would pay for this one. Now, they were so kind as to open it up for me, so I get to play around with it, but they get the exposure. Awesome little tool. I think it's $50 a month, but double check. The link below will give you a discount on that, and the discount works on the yearly. But the cool thing is, it showed me the potential of reversal in Roku early in the day. I said, okay, I see this. I went to the charts to find the trade. So it's not like TradyTick said go long, although it could. I take it where it says, hey, there could be something going, go get confirmation. So I go from another source and I say, okay, I've got confirmation from something else. Whatever that something else is, you find your own ticket. I like levels, and I saw the opportunity for levels, so I said, I shared it in the chat room. I said, you either buy the dip to swing it back up, or you buy the rip. It's a little wonky because that was earlier today. Let me see if I can bring it into, this is a 5-minute chart. So it looked like either you buy the dip or you rip. Either way, this should be the upside potential. And it did it. Almost, they popped, they came back, and then finished the job, and then some, right? So that was the first one. And then we had a whole bunch of SPYs show up. First, on a lower level, earlier, right here, I said, okay, so there's a breakout, or you have a worse day. So the stock market opened up and then went to overnight low and then exceeded the lows. So it was like, uh-oh. And then I said, hey, maybe we have an opportunity. I don't remember any clues from Tradietics on this one. There was some divergence going on in the S&P, like positive divergence, but not too obvious. But anyway, the levels were there. I said step one is this one. And that came about. So I said, okay, maybe we repeat. It delivered and then some. And then I said, maybe we repeat performance with the green one. So I drew the green one, either buy the dip or buy the rip. You see the same setup as Roku. So they did dip, they bought the dip, and then they got to the target. So I thought the targets would be up here after the fact. So I added this. I said inverse head and shoulders. Here, this one, shoulder, head, shoulder, after the fact, where the target could be here, right? So they got to here, and then I said, okay, maybe we do the white thing and the blue thing. So one step led to another. And then look at it here. So I'm pretty sure there was also a secondary inverse head and shoulders visual from this from this perspective. Now the only trick was I thought that the close should be weaker. So something happened with the market makers where they let a whole bunch of calls expire in the money. So I need to know more about that. That was unusual. I expected a fade into the close. Maybe they were carrying losses from Friday. I'm not sure. But this was an unusual situation. Okay, other than that, we had 3 or 4 runs in the S&P and 1 run first in Roku. A whole bunch of other stuff was available, but we focused on those things. And it was simple. So what I'm saying is, if you like to be active, you should get skills in order to catch moves like this. None of these trades were hope. Like, I hope this happens. Nope. It was like, I see this and I see this. If this happens, then I would do that. That's it. Also, we laid out the earnings setups. And these are guesses so far because, like I said, we don't know what they're going to do. However, with the help of Tradietics and my level of reading as far as options are concerned, we've had a good record of guessing in which direction they should go. So we'll see how well we did tomorrow. That's about it. I wouldn't assume that business is going to fall off a cliff. I think the Fed's making a mistake being as hawkish. I think the White House will shut them up soon enough because you don't want to crash your market going into elections. I know they don't have the power to do that, but they can influence the rhetoric. If you want to raise rates, that's fine, but can you stop blabbing about it and outdoing each other? Half quarter point, no, half point. Who's got more? Oh, I got 3/4 here. Okay, full point over here. Come on, enough already. We got the point. You're beasts. We got the point. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, if you like this video, hit a like. Is there a hate button, dislike button? Is there? I think there's a thumbs down. Anyway, if you want to debate whatever, anything I said, open up the debate. It's open. Just keep it clean. We're all adults.